Ever feel like you're constantly juggling? Like stress is just this like built-in part of life.
Oh, absolutely. It's universal, right? But today we're going down a really specific path
Yeah, digging deep into this presentation called Managing Stress.
with an interesting subtitle, by the way. I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
Definitely grabs your attention, right?
Sure. It's from the Women in Wellness podcast, hosted by Queen Victoria. She's a certified coach and financial consultant.
So right off the bat, the presentation kind of throws out this question like, what even is of a woman? Biblically speaking, that is.
Right. Gets right to it. Uses Genesis 2.18, that whole companionship idea.
And then lays out these, well, roles.
Childbearing, caregiving, providing family support, that kind of thing.
Now, got to be upfront here.
Totally agree. This is one particular view, yeah.
Within Christianity, there are lots of ways to see this, but
This presentation is zeroing in on these traditional roles within a family structure.
makes sense then that the presentation jumps to stress. Specifically, 5 causes they highlight for women.
Okay, hit me with them.
Health issues, always a big one.
Makes sense. And then?
Relationships, because
Yeah.
those are always simple,
Never. What else?
Life changes, like big transitions.
Okay.
Financial strain, obviously, a huge one.
Always stressful. And the last one.
Raising children.
That's broad.
Yeah, but they specifically say in a godly way.
Okay, now that's interesting. So it's not just the general chaos of kids. It's about aligning that with, I guess, specific beliefs.
Makes you think, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what did that even look like practically?
For sure. And if we loop back to those roles we talked about, you can see how the presentation is connecting those responsibilities.
Especially within a family, in a faith community, as major potential stressors.
Exactly.
They even mention changes in environments as a stressor.
Which is interesting. What do you think they mean by that?
Well, could be anything. Kid goes off to college, family has to move. Stuff that, honestly, women often end up handling a lot of emotionally and logistically.
Makes total sense. So with all these potential pressure points, what's the antidote?
They've got 6 techniques, all biblically based.
Okay, lay 'em on me.
Some are actually surprisingly, I don't know, mainstream sounding.
How so?
They're big on relaxation, like being still, meditating.
Ooh, that's interesting. Sounds a lot like mindfulness, doesn't it?
Totally does.
Okay.
Makes you think about how maybe these ancient practices and what we do today aren't that different.
For sure. The goals might be different. Like traditionally, Christian meditation was about connecting with God, focusing on scripture. But that stillness, that quiet mind, that's a shared element.
It's not all about zoning out, though. They're big on gratitude, too.
Okay, gratitude's huge these days. What's their spin on it?
Daily practice, for starters, and being thankful for specific things. Family, protection, having what you need.
Classic stuff, but powerful, right? Instead of stressing about what's going wrong, you're intentionally looking at the good.
Exactly. And of course, there's prayer.
Which brings us back to that subtitle, right?
Full circle. I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
Gets you right in the feels, doesn't it? Like this sense of awe and connection.
And prayer here isn't just like a wish list to God.
It's about that relationship, seeking guidance, finding comfort when things are rough,
They also talk about reaching out for support.
which in general is great advice.
But there's a specific order they suggest.
Oh, what's that?
First, talk to your husband.
Okay, makes sense within their framework.
Then, if needed, you seek help outside that.
Interesting. So prioritize the marriage, the faith community, before going to, I don't know, a therapist or something.
Definitely a different approach than what you might hear elsewhere, where individual solutions are often the go-to.
Totally. But they don't dismiss the practical stuff entirely. They're actually big on regular doctor visits.
So it's not like prayer or medicine. It's both.
Right, that whole mind, body, spirit idea, taking care of the whole package.
So there you have it. A faith-based take on what it means to be a woman, the stress that comes with it, and how to cope.
Definitely food for thought, whatever your background is. It makes you wonder, could weaving in those elements, gratitude, stillness, prayer, could that be a path to managing stress, even if you're not coming from a religious place?
Really makes you think.
Absolutely.
Great discussion.
I enjoyed that.